might be forcing it, but that's the force I've reckoned with, and I've long decided I live on. That doesn't mean I'm not fixed right here. The future's always getting near. So when I finally tell how all along, with everybody arguing, most just roll their eyes when I say the point of this whole life's to find a way where you don't die. That's why I live on. Still you think I'm stammering, but if you listen, I'm not hammering. I know sometimes it's wrong to point out lies, 'cause you might be needing it, 'cause all you do is feeding it. And just from the fright alone, well, you might die. Instead I'll keep believing in what we need's out of our minds, and every speck the mysteries with, I'll keep it to myself till I can help but cry out. That's living on. Well, I can't keep on thinking, not with all that I can do. Just like I can't go on wishing all these things, when really what I'm wishing for is you. I swear I've got it right, I failed too many times, when really all it was twice. Still I kept keeping on, just like the master's gone. And now I'm thinking of this advice. So when you go on thinking, and you forget all you can do, I know you'll keep on wishing everything, when really what I'm wishing for is you. Now I might hear you saying, to your darlings, that ain't my man. That's just 'cause I belong to no one ever can. And what you're needing, well, it's me. I think of all the ones I'm seeing, I just see how none of them are you. If you mean what I'm thinking, I know there ain't just one of you. Ba-da, ba-ba, ba-da-da. Ba-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da, da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. How can you say this is one in a million? A trillion's not even a scratch to my catch. That I let go and I'm dilapidated, all the while here not eating my hens. A mistake, oh that I know, so I pushed all the harder, never really considering the concept of land. But all the while, if I talk to the others, I was saying, I'm here not eating my hens. whatever that means. It exploded by zillions. Numbers aren't what they mean when you're counting so long. Without the past firmly discovered, I'd never be singing, not eating my hens. I know you're all smart, there's no hope for the world, well at least we know it's round. Laugh at my smile, but all the while you'll hope it's all going down. Even if you're right and it's not that fact you just said, well I pinpointed it, and within is such a mess to begin. All that you complete, you see in me the street, but I'll tell you that to have style. Do you see what I found? If the air could make sound, it would sing, it's all going down. Now I've circled back around, in between been more than down. I've been twisting in and out, believing, doubting what I found. Like everyone, the world at large is more connected than the stars. Some will jump while others bark, some might not look like they have sparked. I'll do my best to tell you things I don't wanna say, it's more than I am. Besides, it's all part of a plan to tell you everything, the best of how we're bound. Whether you're here, died, and stayed around, everything and more, this time's the chance, so circle round. Believe in death's no longer how we're bound. What have I seen to have this point of view? I tell you, but you might not believe. So I've seen aliens and light beams, let alone my dreams. They were gone, but now they're coming back to me to tell you everything, the best of how we're bound. Whether you're here, died, and stayed around, everything and more, this time's the chance, so circle round. Believe in death's no longer how we're bound. To those I met along the way, and those who only caught my face, how I walk, some told me, hey, are you a killer? You're too cool to say. I swear it was a compliment, you're like none I ever met. I believe you're going in a way, people hear you have something to say. Let it serve you well as you have your hell. To comfort when unwell, you're gonna sell. I hope you have the guts to tell me everything, the best of how we're bound. Whether you're here, died, and stayed around, everything and more, this time's the chance, so circle round. Believe in death's no longer how we're bound. I'm mixing everything again. Don't care if I ever understand where I'm at, the time, or whether it'll make me better, which is why I'm mixing everything again. They say you're blowing like the wind, well now it's picking up again. If you knew what's in the cellar, you'd even show the teller. You've been mixing everything again. If you really wonder what I mean, I don't believe 1 second you haven't seen everything that matters. Now's the life that's after. If you're mixing everything again, this time I'll tell you not to stray. Even when an hour turns to days and no one's there to hold you, remember what I told you. Keep on mixing everything again. Da 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 Maybe there's nothing real, then tell yourself that what you feel, and think from there might finally count as one. And if you're saying I am wrong, well, quick right now, just sing this song and tell yourself that you go on and on. If you're screaming, it's 'cause it's true, and since it's not, if you continue, then maybe we can all become the sun. Burning out, that time is gone, the instant that it's feeling wrong, well, tell yourself that you go on and on. I say we can stay right here, the lessons that we need past years, well, there's a way to get them more than done. And I know it's not enough, so yawn, contained in there's more than the dawn. Think it, you go on and on. If you want the answers why, I thought you've seen the sky and all that it contains. I don't wanna be that guy going on too long, just saying you go on and on. I wanna get what moves all of our heads, what's always left unsaid. I wanna get, I wanna find what moves all of our time, what's always undefined. I wanna find. If you say there's no way, then I know that time you waste. But I wanna go to what's always been unknown, past being high or low. I wanna go. And I wanna tell the things we know too well, what's between heaven and hell. I wanna tell. And since you can read, the rest you can complete. I wanna be. And I wanna have the whatever makes up glad, the greatest parts of sad. I wanna have. And I wanna see you not just look through me, merge the ocean and the street. I wanna see. And since you are free, the rest you can complete. I wanna be. Da 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 da. I wanted to end it differently. This is a call to the wild. Don't laugh it off and fake me with that smile. Say I never heard freedom ring quite like when you sing. That's exactly what I mean, and what I'll leave when you're done with me. Though you need more, that's what I'm here for. Though I may be ignored, it'll lead me to that open door. 'Cause I never heard freedom ring quite like when you sing. Is exactly what I mean, and what I'll leave when you're done with me. I wanna make it without faking. Why? Because I can. There's plenty other sisters, brothers, ask them why. 'Cause they can stay the same. I will in some ways, and work to reveal our brain. More than say I'll sing through the land. Why? Because I can. Time is growing as I'm knowing more and more that these hands has it all in them. I walk, I'm swimming. Why? Because I can. More than free is how I wanna be, let alone more than peace. More than harmony through the land. Why? Because I can. It's me maybe thinking what you're saying's beyond the scope of any man. Well, I'm not stopping, I can top me. Why? Because I can. One more time! If everyone shines, there's no telling how we'd stand. I'll more than try, besides both my eyes reveal that I know I can. Some of you know. With my dreams pouring in, I've been covered again. The movie I was seeing still yet to begin. I covered up my honey, let me see it again. I'm not going away. The friends that I carry, they all followed me through. The secrets I hid under, they all riddle with too. I gave them making money that already blows through. And I'm not going away. From old days, don't follow behind. Those thoughts that I was catching don't make up any lines. So pack up, I'm going, not falling behind. And I'm not going away. The people I'm greeting don't remind me of you. The things they've been saying, well, it's something that's new. The night's been closing over and I followed it through. And I'm not going away. Found a harmonica here, but I gotta get a new one soon. There's the old trees there, but are not good. The ground neath my feet's all covered in dew. The rain's been holding all that I clung to. This morning came on slowly and I don't know about you, but I'm not going away. Got my start long before he broke your heart. So each time I watched, you two broke mine. But it's been hard, what I had to find, so I can't leave this behind. And though there's much you need, you never need to tell me, please. Maybe on my knees, but when you leave, I know it all fine. I can't leave this behind. So where you need, that's where I go. Just where that is, never cared to know. But time after time, I'll stay following blind, 'cause I can't leave this behind. Ba-ba, da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, down, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. I let go, close my eyes, try not to be. 'Cause then I'm dragged with that breeze. It's one of a kind, far past the roads I can never find. And I can't leave this behind. All that's old, just hidden by clothes. Was showed to me when I dozed, but it's all mine, so even when I try, I can't leave this behind. Oh, there's some hidden part of me, always shows how it's yet to be. When it's hard to find, my thoughts trace it all through time, so I can't leave this behind. This time round, I'll believe I found how to amplify whatever makes up sound beyond belief. The world's upside down, I'll flip it this time round. And you breathe, all because you see that you'd never leave. Cause whatever'll be, we'll redefine down. Have something to be proud of, fully this time round. Bum bum down, da 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 down da 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 da. So yeah, in case I don't say it, that's without talking. 30 minutes. No, that's 21 minutes, no talking at all. So if I took my time, yeah, I think that's good for 30 minutes. Maybe I shouldn't have just said what I just said. But if you listen to the end, well, you listened to the end, and then I ruined it by talking. So yeah, if you can't make it to the folk festival, there you go. Now I ruined it. If I did, I like that to be the whole thing. Let's see. Maybe there's something unexpected if I keep talking for a minute. Something I'm not thinking about. I mean, they introduce you. That takes a little bit. I'm not gonna talk. I could, cause I don't want to practice what I'm gonna say in between. I feel like that's kind of uncool, especially for folk festivals. I practice my lines, man. It's it's not exactly folky. This folky's kind of spur of the moment-ish. But you can totally talk about, and I don't want to make someone feel bad, but totally for the first 2 songs, I wrote that because I was trying to go to sleep. How many people sleep with a guitar on their bed? Anybody? Maybe no one wants to say. Maybe no one will be there. But in case, even no one's there, that's kind of funny. It's hey, anybody? Who sleeps with a guitar on their bed? Because legitimately trying to go to sleep. I could say that. My Hens could talk about the fact learning the entertainer and I was messing up on the piano. Dun 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 dun. That's the left hand. Practice right hand, left hand. If anyone's practicing piano at home trying to learn a song, it will far superiorly improve your playing ability to memorize if you can do the right hand alone, do the left hand alone, really 4 times each, and then put them together. You'll surprise yourself. Going down, kind of any song that's about overall, it's not exactly true, but a lot of them that are about some type of negative type outlook that someone could have, and you're talking to that person, is pretty much I could talk about this person. It's here's one individual I could focus on. I could focus on one. So going down, kind of talking to that individual. Glimpse. I don't know if I'd really. I could say at the end a glimpse of what we found. I could, but it's that's already on a video. Maybe I'll say it. Everything again. I don't know what to tell you. It's you just start playing. What is CFG? I mean, my gosh. Answers why. Hey. Wannabe. Hey. The Wild. Oh, it was such a piano. I don't think I would say that. Because I can. Kind of. And if anybody is there from the open mics that I've seen in this area, it's about all of them. Ish. I mean, it kind of is. It's with them in mind. I can't just say that it's about them. I don't want to say what I was thinking, for I'm not going away. Can't leave behind. This time, I mean, that's probably enough talking. A little bit of practice talking. Oh yeah, for those of you seen, I haven't made a longer video in a while. Going somewhere today to scope out, because eBay. Scoping out if there's a better way to purchase clothes to paint on. I think I just have to go. The book is I'm actually, it's picking up speed of working on. How can I update you on that? That's the main things I want to say. Yeah, so it's good. How many songs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's like, maybe this is a PSA to some individuals. It's like, well, one, it's like, it's all the same song. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like, I think they're different, and even some of them is like, oh, so I'm gonna like do like a psychological hack, like, oh hey, like I played everything again. So that means that to make it so it's like usually like, listen, man, it's like I can't sing Answers Why next. Maybe there's nothing real. I mean, come on, like I'm not like, come on, I'm taking the risk. Hey. Actually though, I know there's some like, how many people? Some people said that it's like all your songs are basically they sound the same. It's like, I don't know how many you've listened to. It's like some might. I'm not saying that. Some are similar if you listen to them back to back. Like that could be okay. If you liked one of them, chances are you might like the other one too. But otherwise, well, here you go. You can listen to more songs. Yeah, because I don't. I'm not giving you a critique. It's not exactly a critique. You're not saying how I could. Right? Maybe you are. Like, think about chord progressions. It's like think about chord progressions. Excuse me. That thoughts are energy, and energy. That may be the wrong word, but thoughts. Some thoughts are that's repulsive. Like, I don't have to tell you. Don't you hear what you mean by dream? But it'll be better when I can sing. We're together now. Oh yeah, you know I thought about the like C G F C. That one. It's like, I don't know. I started playing. That's how I do it. And it's like, oh, so you think you're like this and that. Like, some people have heard this, but it's true. It's like thinking. You just purported that thinking is just like, that's just what it is. It's like, I think I'm this and that and that and that and this. Okay, if you're still listening. Hey, the fact is like you say thinking, and I got to it. It's like thinking. I see this scene that I'm not gonna paint because I don't think that would be, not that it's not. It could be potentially cool, but it's like there's these shapes that are like not exactly like that, and there's circles in the middle. There's a bunch of them. They could all mean lots of things. There's more than just that. But when you say thinking, I don't think thinking is the right word, but you just like inserted that into my way of life, inserted into my life. I think I'm this and that. It's like, that's what thinking is to me. So use different words, because words are important. So hey. It's like, but yeah, it's like certain individuals, like, you know, this and that and that and this. Like, I'm not gonna say anything about your songs. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. So, gonna have to go check out to see. Really, like, there's a place that I could get a better deal on clothes. Potentially. I gotta know. Is it actually a better deal? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. That is a thing. It's like, oh my gosh, people actually, sorry if I just offended the freaking life out of you, but it's like, people have these fucking, like, what are we doing? Oh my gosh. That's my stance. Like, people, like, let's like talk about people instead of like, they're this and that and that and this, and people are not that, that and that and this. Like, you don't see anybody then. You missed it. You missed the whole thing because you're looking at the thing that just looks at you, and it's like, can't ever say anything to you. No talking. You can't ever talk to them. So I'm now an awful person because I slipped and said it because it's not a person. It's not a person. It's not. People are more than that. It's like, no, they're not. It's like, well, hang in there. Really, really. And I'll prove it. You know it's true. It's like, what are people doing right now? Yeah, I've already ruined it, so I might as well keep going. And it's like, some people are like, oh, you clearly think about what I said. I remember like probably what everyone has ever said in my life. Yay. Yeah, actually. So like, oh yeah, like I remembered what you said, and it was, you can't just say it's negative. It's like, oh, good for you. It's like, yeah, it's not like that. It's like, you said what you said. I remember what you said. I remember the words. Yeah, I think of like, I remember a lot. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna remember that. Like, I remember, a lot of things. So like, what you want? It's like, you said something that not so easy. You just say it's negative. It's like, okay, you said what you said. I remember. Yeah, I think about it. I think it, a lot flashes across the scape. It's true. That's true. Clearly, what you got? It's like, you want to talk? Actually talk? Like, talking. Yeah, I think that's important. So, what time is it? Yeah, I gotta go do that. Some of you are listening, so like, I'm gonna keep talking, I guess. I am. So yeah, I'm not gonna wear this jacket out because really I don't want to get it dirty. I might start using this jacket for videos because like, I don't know, it's a little more stagey. I think that's respect. So, and try that. I like it. I like wearing it too. I like wearing all the jackets, but let's see what happens. Yeah, well, if you haven't seen, until I was like, I think I should do something different. Like, focus on making art like this, where you have some type of shape that has straight lines, but one curved line, and then you make all these, try and stick to it, because then if you make the lines, like, you focus on however you do it, it could be a thing. Like, it could be something. If you could get yourself out of the way, dare to make a shape that has one curve in it. Anything else, it's like, it's too curvy. You ruined it. Like, it could be something. Like, it is something. If you have a curve, straight lines, then make these straight lines that go from there. Whatever seems like, all right, no more of those. Then start with blue or yellow. However, it could be something. It could be something. You get yourself out of the way and do that. And with the paintings, which I'm trying to get that right. Okay, if I submit to a place, I'll submit a picture. But like maybe, I've thought this before, like maybe, like that's how I'll digitalize it. But then otherwise, like see, I want to try and get it so you see it in person. But the paintings I have, it's like these are the colors. There's so many, and it's like you could always vary. It's like good for you. It's like if you get yourself out of the way. It's like I think these colors though, just these colors go to like these ones. Why do you need to do different ones than that? That would be something different. I want to what this is. And it's like, because I want to find something that's like beyond yourself that exists, not just like my opinion and like my feelings and this and that and that and that and this. As I've always wanted that. Maybe there's no way, nothing you can do. Okay, well I was doing what I was doing, painting a lot in a different style, using light green lines, and then fill it in with pretty certain colors, and making quite a few and drawing them. And then all of a sudden though, I was walking, and then wham! I see this. Not exactly what I just showed, but like, because I don't. There's no way to paint or draw. Like, if you saw it, you can't even really see it, but like you can see it very clearly. I mean, shit. it's just like all of a sudden you're seeing shit. It's like actually, it's like, yeah, and it's like I could just not ever try and draw that, and then I tried, and then I think it's like ultimately like pretty much that's what I saw. Pretty much, it's like after all this time of painting and drawing stuff, all of a sudden I've something else. It doesn't happen. That's not how most things I've ever painted or drawn. Like I see this thing and I go ahead and try and draw or paint it. So I saw something else before one time. I think it's only happened twice, but it just wasn't. It's not enough to make that like you're gonna make a bunch of those, because like hopefully the world sees it and people like would want it. Like people want to have it. It's like, oh, that's a crime to say. Like yeah, people were like, I want to have that in my like where I live so I can look at it. So yeah, I would hope that's like, but then it's like, I had a different series, not through something that I saw out of nowhere. But the problem is that it takes so much time that it's like, if someone like wants to have it, it's like that's great. If you're in a gallery, which I was at a time, price is what the price is. If they buy it, that's all wonderful. But it's like, I want to have something where it's like I can feel good about the fact that like, it's not fair. I've sold other stuff, and every one is like the amount of time it took, the price that I sold it for. It's like, even if it like I haven't sold anything. I sold a couple that were under $100. Only 2 though. All the rest of them were over $100. Most were $300 or more. Most sales I've done. Even the amount of time it took. It's like $300. It's like, oh, and I don't want to be like that at all. It's like this, at least if I focus really, really hard, which I can do, and get it done really, really quickly. Like, because I don't want it to be like people, like everyday people, are priced out of buying something that they would want and look at, and like yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's like only like this much. He gets to the like, ideally, like if it's possible, especially even in the beginning, you can't sell it for that much money. Then, if some everyday person goes into to look at some art and they're like, oh man, like I can't afford that. It's like, hey, if I can really, really quickly focus, I mean, I don't want to show the paintings, but the paintings, I mean, you can't mess up. You gotta have you have to have as perfect of lines as you possibly can. You gotta do it really quickly and not mess up at all. It's like, if I could do that though, which I can so far, it's like, oh, I could afford that. Like freaking A. Like that's good. Yeah. So, I mean, how it's worked so far is like, if I focus on making paintings like this, even if it leads to nothing in terms of it getting out there more, it'll lead to the next thing. You gotta trust that it will. Like, I've done make this and that, whatever. Don't limit yourself into like one style. I've done that. I've been doing that for a while. I would like to find something that I think is, hey, like this I would paint a lot over and over and over. But yeah, I would. It's like, oh, it's like, is it exciting? It's like some element of it, like, yeah, it was like, if you just make this, like, exciting thing, like, excitement is something that's like, okay, well, then, no, it's not as exciting, and then you move on. It's like, so you don't actually want to just make something that's just exciting. You want more than that. So, this is definitely more than that. It's like, if you're just excited about doing it, there's no freaking chance you're going to make these lines without messing up, and you're not going to do it fast enough. And if it takes you weeks, well then, if you sell it for like $40 or $60 or something affordable, and it took you weeks of your life, well, that sucks. it's like, if I'm just excited making this, like, there's no way you're gonna make the lines well enough. So like, I want it to be more than fucking exciting. I mean, yeah. It's like if you were like, whoa, well then, no, like, goodbye. Like, if a lot of people are looking at it, and it's like, I don't know, like something like serious about life, like, oh my gosh, I know, right? But it's like, it's like, yeah, like, there's excitement. Like, look at the colors, dude. It's like dudettes. It's like, come on. I think dudettes are probably not. It's actually probably just dudes who are being like that. It's like some dudettes are trying to be like. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they're not trying to be like dudes. But yeah, it's like, I think it's important. Plus, like, where I painted it for the first time at a public place, someone said they can't stop looking at it. Someone. So like, other people could too. It's like, and it definitely is technically. It's technically a thing. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Like, okay, we should talk about this stuff. Like, don't talk about that. It's like, my God, we're never gonna get anywhere. I've never seen like someone actually do that. Not exactly that. Like, I actually haven't. It's like there's like a shape. It has one curve and some straight lines, and then those lines like that, and then not filling it in because I didn't wanna. I've done enough paintings where. You have a shape, and then you fill it in with color, and then you do another layer, another layer, another layer. Like, that is... Oh, I'm selling that for $40. And then no one... Like, some people might actually give me money right now, but it's like... If I could make it... It's got lines. Like, because that's the thing. Like, you'd fill it in the shape. Okay, fill in a shape. Let's say it takes 4 layers for it to be, you could do more layers, let's say 5 layers is what it takes for, of the blue. Yellow takes less time, but still for the blue, it takes 5 layers for that to be, like, that's done, like, no more layers. If you have big swaths of color that you fill in with shapes, with a big brush, you fill it in. I use acrylic paint. It takes time. And then if you're serious, like, well, you should use oil. That takes months to dry. It's like, okay, yeah, you did 1 layer. It's oil, like months to dry. Fill in a color, like that, for it to really fully dry. For you to do the next layer, which is gonna have some water for it to really seep in. You gotta let that really dry. It takes hours for each layer to dry, fully. It could dry. It can be dry in an hour, but then if you take the paint and it's wet and you put to it, the previous layer is not as firm anymore. So you're not really helping yourself out. The point is, you add that up. It takes a long time to finish one of those paintings, what I would consider done. And they're like, well, maybe it's like you should just leave it where it looks like unfinished. Like, you could. That could be contemporary art. It's like, it could also be like, what would that look like if all the layers were filled in really, really well, so it was highly, highly saturated with color? Because I'd want to know. So it's like, the point is, if you have lines, you give that like a few minutes. It's like you move on, done some more. It's actually pretty dry because it's just the layer of paint, like line. You don't even have to blow on it, but like that does not take long to dry. If you do the line and then you fill this in, that does not just dry in a minute, not fully. For you to add the next layer that's got paint on it, the first layer does not. If you wait hours and then a little bit more, that's actually dry. So if you have paint that's got wetness to it, the next layer, like that is 2 layers rather than like, that's like 1.3 layers. It's like 2 layers is different than 1.3 in this context. So, yeah, I mean, it's like, I say, yeah, like if I'm thinking about it too much, I'm trying to like make more paintings. I want to find something that I don't have to like, I'm painting this now and that now and this now and that now. I think I'd like to keep doing that. I was like, I like to find something like that'd be cool if you found something that's like keep painting this. Like, it's not gonna take you weeks to finish one. Like, if you focused, you could get quite a few done in one day. That would be great. That would be a lot more than great. Like all the painting I've done, it's like I look up things that I have to get finished, and it's like, oh my gosh. Like, so like here's one. Like, it takes a lot of paint too, but even still, let's say I had that amount of paint, no problem. You do that layer, and you gotta let that dry for hours. Like, you do other stuff, but it's like, man, like, you know, and if you finally finish that one, and it's like, you know, someone bought it for like $220 or something, like, you could say like, you know, good for you, but it's like, all that time it took, I don't want to, like, someone to buy it, and it's like, I am on the other end, like, man, I understand, like, one I sold for $700, it's like, it is $700 and stuff, but like, if you painted that, you really did, and it took you, as I work really, 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 really fast. Like, I could do it faster than you. It's like, let's say you didn't mess up at all, and you did do it faster than me. Even still, the work that would have taken for you to work that fast and that well, you know, look, like, $700, that's great to have, and all that stuff. Really, truly, glad someone has it, but it's like, should I have kept that? Like, this is like, someone wants that because like this one individual, like, I can't stop looking at it. Freaking A, something affordable, like, that's tremendous. Like, I could do quite a few, and it's not like it's just like easy. Like, we're working through this. It's like, oh yeah, it's just like really, really easy to just like make a bunch of lines and then do them again and again and again, and they all look like there's such precision. And you do them really, really, really fast, and they're all pretty freaking straight, where you could definitely think like maybe you used a ruler and stuff, and like you just nail it again and again and again. For the black lines, like, it probably takes 1 to at least 3 layers, so you go over the same line 3 times in a row in record time. It's like, technically, yeah, look easy, good, yeah, it's like, but technically, I mean, it's like, it's not actually easy to do. It's like, technically not. It's like, so like, even so, whatever. If I could focus, get a bunch done quickly. So hey, that's good. You know, I feel like it is something different. And if you break it down, because ultimately it was some type of, I saw it. It seems like it's the product of working so much, and I can know it when I was doing the paintings. Like, I didn't want to see it because I don't want to. You can look on Instagram. It's like, have the light green lines, and then make some colors, fill it in by focusing on that, focusing on that, focusing on that. Wham! It's like all the work you do. Like, that's why I saw it out of nowhere. And it's like, just seeing it, it's like, holy shit. Like, I can see it. It's like, holy shit, dude. It's like, that's probably, it's like the same difference. Like, there is no way to paint it. And you're like, oh, I could. It's like, oh yeah, you want to take like 4 years to make one painting? It's like, it's like, yeah, and it's still, it's not exactly it. Because like, whatever it is that you're saying, it's like, it's not that simple of it to just say what, I mean, what? You're just seeing something out of nowhere. It just flashed in your mind. Yeah, like your escape. And, you know, it's like, it probably does. Actually, if you do look at it, like maybe like, there's one curved line in there. The rest of them, yeah, and then make some straight lines from there to like kind of not exactly. I wouldn't have thought it was boxes, but like something like that, straight lines. Try and leave your opinion out of it. Try and show what's there. What could this overall be? Because it could be something. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you could look at it like, okay, you look in the center of it, and here's this one shape that it's not quite the same as the other ones. Without trying to be too different, just can't help it. It's not the same. The rest of them, well, they're not the same, even though they're trying to, and then balance it all out and just keep that going. It's like some type of put your staff in the ground as like to mark like here is where like pin something down that you can see it. Otherwise, it's unseeable. But yeah, it could be like, there's you, and then there's life, and you could look at life. That's what art's supposed to do. It's like, and like there's enough variation that you could look at, notice different relationships between the colors. They could have different effects, and like that could be cool. Like, yeah, a lot more. Like, I know someone else has seen a painting, and they said that they look at it and it just keeps going. Like they can see for miles. It's like, freaking nice. That would be cool if you could look at this and like see it into it. Yeah, like I would want, third party. Let's say I was going around, I'm trying to look at art. Like, yeah, it has unknown. Like, who knows? You know what art is? Do you want to say like you got it? Like, what art is? Like, period. It's like, can make you reflect on life unexpectedly. Like, that's part of it. Like, okay, like that's just, oh yeah, who cares about that? It's like, are you just mad that you didn't, like, I don't know. It's like yeah, but ultimately it's like, it's basically some type of a vision that I saw. No, not a vision. That sounds like, that's not exactly the right word. But it just flashed into my escape of being, it just flashed in all of a sudden. It went quickly to grab a marker and try and do the fastest way to get it down right away. And then, it made then the color lines. And then, it's like, I could leave it as it is. I would like to not have to color these in, but then like just to see what would it look like. Maybe it's best, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, and that's being lazy. It actually just doesn't show what's their best. But then I did color it in the first time, and then I did some random black line, not random, what's random? Filled in with some black lines. Random's not the best thing. It's like, you can't help what you are. That's being random. And then it's like, it's like doing the lines, like it's daring to be, because it would be cool to, it's like, it's not minimalist, not, it's like it's maximalism. It's also, there is minimalism too, because I don't want to just be like, oh, don't want to possibly, overwhelm you with too much info. It's like, God forbid. But you don't want to make it so someone's like, I can't look at that. Even if they could, like, there's some other series I have that someone could be like, I can't look at that. Someone could be like, because they see that it's actually not overwhelming to look at, actually. But still there's some type of subconscious reaction that could happen where it just like, if you have to look into it, oh no, like it just flashed over me. It's like, at least addresses more of that, where like, it's less easy to say, oh, I just can't look at that because there's too much. If you could still say that, you can't be afraid of making art. Like, I don't want to make art that's like, oh my gosh, like here, it's got this shape in the middle, that's it, because like, I don't want to overwhelm you. And even still, that could be like, there's too much going on, and like that much, whatever. So even still, this could still just happen. Okay. you don't want to completely cater yourself to that, because that doesn't seem like, it can seem like no matter what, people could say it. It's like, there's nothing there. There's too much to look at, too much empty space. It's like, whatever, that could just exist. It's like, feeling out, it's the timing. It's what it is. It's not quite time to go there yet, but I know how to get there. I get on one bus, get on another bus, get off. That's it. I'm gonna find out if it's a better way to go than what I've been doing to get close. It's good to take a step away, reset the receptors, do something new. I've been to a store like this before, but it's been years. Thought of a song that starts with, "It's been years since I found what I am doing here." But, however, so, yeah, it's good. And it's like, I have the colors for this painting series. I would like to make another one. It's like, I really want to make something that people like want to have. Like, yeah, art could possibly, oh my gosh, enrich your life, oh my gosh. It's like, it could possibly do that. I mean, this is like as much of me removed and something that exists outside of me that it could be, that is something enough. That's its own thing. Because I would want to, I feel obligated to try something like that for the world, and I also feel obligated to connect to the world with whatever I do. If I'm not trying to worry about that, just paint whatever. I know people can see a lot of life in it, and like, it matters what people see. If you like make art or paintings, like, it actually does matter. It's like, because like, people are gonna have to react to it at some point. If it's art, otherwise you just never show it to the world at all. It's like, yeah, it's like, there's got to be a way to connect to the world. And if you find something, that would be cool. Like, I actually found something. Yeah. And it's something like people can say, it's like, we'll get to it. Like, no matter what I paint, people can say that's like, I could do that. It's like, one, you didn't. Two, it's like, okay, it's like, oh, but you have no interest. It's like, right on. It's like, no interest in making something that potentially, you could say, oh, it doesn't for me, it doesn't, I don't see a lot of life when I look at it. It's like, some people could, but okay, like, no interest in making something that people could see a lot of life. Like, what? Like, what? It's like, you could accept it as like, if you try to do the same thing, you probably wouldn't see the amount of stuff that you could see. Some people can make that call, but it's easy with my art. It's always been to be like, oh, there's like, you just, there's just like kid art. It's like, I mean, there's a quote by a pretty well-known painter. It's like, took that individual 4 years to paint like so-and-so, but a lifetime to paint like a child. It's like, so like, by paintings have some childlikeness, like, yeah, like, go do it. You have no interest in doing it. It's like, why you have an interest enough to say like, oh yeah, like, I could do that. But then if you actually did go to do it, this is the sad part. You actually did go to do it. So you actually did go buy some canvases. You actually spent money on a canvas. Probably not just one. Because what? It's like, if you can only get one, like, usually, just one. Okay, let's just one. And alright, this is probably what happened. And like, you actually got some brushes and you got some colors. And you're like, okay, yeah, I could do that. So like, I'm just gonna do that. You would be like, I have no interest in it, and you just make a mess. And you're like, oh, who cares? I didn't even care anyway. It's like, that exact dynamic is found in so many categories of life. It's not unique to art, but in this experience, like, you could find this, like, no, you actually can't. It's like, you could say that and completely cast off any meaning and any value that whatever I have made on that canvas, because you could do it, like, easy, no problem. But if you actually go to do it, you'd realize you can't. And no one wants to find out that, like, you can't. And you could be, maybe I extra determine you that you can, And one, it could look like you're someone who's trying to just prove a point that someone is freaking worthless. It's like, that will come across in your painting. And it's like, I'll tell you what, that's not the, someone else sees this, they're living their life, and they look at like, so you are trying to make someone have no value because something they did that might actually be unique in some way. Yeah, you basically just try to do what they did, and that was a good use here. You spent your time doing that. See, most people are not like that.